smoke out of the pickup at the top of the racetrack. A 725.7 at 147. Cleared out once they got through the quarter mile. So may have dodged a bullet there. Might be all right. Dissipates pretty quick. All right, so attempt number 2 here for the White Tiger, here on the left side of the racetrack. And then James Kempf in the Speed Factory Racing Outlawed machine here on the right lane out of Tacoma, Washington, 92 Civic. I believe all-wheel drive machine. Keep an eye on Kempf. That's all I've got to say. James Kempf has always got a pass coming together for that machine.
I know the folks out there at his home racetrack, Pacific Raceways in Kent, Washington, and just outside Seattle, are watching this one. Again, he is a staple at this race. Remember a couple years ago he had that staging duel with Harold Horton, and then Harold Horton was out on him, and I think James Kempf, he didn't get alongside him probably about 1,200 feet, and got him right in the lights. But watch, like you said, watch this James Kempf machine on the right-hand side of the racetrack. And 120, 60-foot. Look at James Kempf go. Top end of the racetrack with 664, 210 for White Tiger, 687, 183 for James Kempf. But that thing was moving pretty good early. So White Tiger will go number 2. James Kempf will go number 4. And White Tiger number 2, Kempf number 4. And it looks like we are going to be on hold here for just a moment. Next pair. How about the Dirty Taco? Right inside the 96 Toyota Tacoma to Houston, Texas. And the BRZ machine on the left side at Taylor, Michigan. And the call goes out to do the burnouts. We go. Boyette on the left, Jimenez on the right. Here in the Precision Turbine Engine X295 versus Hot Rod category. And Boyette left before the tree, the Dirty Taco. Not going to have a good run either.
Yeah, that BRZ looked like you wanted to go, hug the tree there for a minute.
I don't think the tree would have liked that too much, though.
No, hugs and kisses are not advised with a Christmas tree.
No. At least not that one.
Okay, that's fair. It's fine. Go back, look at some data. We'll be able to make it work. Mike Carbone left side here, the MPH Fabrications machine. Rosso Auto Authority for Gola, CP Piston Arias. BBW Accurate Transmission is going to be on board helping out. And Starlet here on the right. It's been interesting to say the least. PTE X295 versus Hot Rod category. We've seen Brent LaSala with what I believe is a personal best 597.9, 241. I don't think he's been fives before. I know the 241 was the goal he was shooting for. White Tiger there, Craig Walls 665. Even James Kemp with a 687. I don't feel like a lot of these guys are making full pulls yet. A lot of these guys are definitely going to be going back to the computers, looking at data, making some massive adjustments for what we've seen so far here in Q1. Precision Turbo Engine X95 versus Hot Rod. X295 versus Hot Rod.
And Carbone leaving before the tree.
Well, that center line there was a Starlet. A 755 for 143. But not hearing anything from the officials, so it sounds like the run will stand. Carbone did leave before the tree. Will not get a time. As next pair. Jesus Melendez and Don Lalo, the 1980 Corolla. Left side of the racetrack. Right side, gonna be coffee time. One of my favorite times. Armando Melendez here, the 2012 Scion FRS in a St. Cloud. Two rotary powered entries. And left lane smoking out the entire starting line staff up there. At least trying to. Able to keep it rolling though. 7:28.6, 142 is the time that pops up on the board, but that will not stand. Don Lalo Melendez there, 12:01 with a 3. So with the Melendez machine there tapping the wall, that will disallow and disqualify the time that he ran. As we'll check out the replay here on Flow Racing. Nice clean launch there from Coffee Time. Get a little out of control, gathers it up. But I'll tell you what though, good driving job. Keeping that steering wheel straight though. Yep, just gets up on the wall and just keeps it as close as possible. Pulls, shoots. For getting out of control and smacking the wall, there was a lot of control still after. We've seen a lot of guys not able to gather it back up properly when they do smack the wall. So we're just going to go hit with the broom tractors real quick. Get any of the marbles broomed off, any dust, anything like that.
Again, like Higgins said, the run by Melendez, that will not count as he did contact the wall during the measured distance of the run. So that is a boundary violation, so that run will be disqualified.
He could feel and stuff because I'll be doing this all weekend. And I don't think I'm going to go out and do anything this weekend. So I'll stick right now.
29th annual Hall Tech World Cup Finals. Yeah, we've been talking all about that. The only thing that anybody's really excited about, well, you know, me being a pro mod guy, Hey, buddy, you done anything cool lately? Mr. Carl Stevens.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been kind of setting some new records, or some testing records, but yeah, we've been making some noise with this hot rod behind us here.
Well, let's talk about that. A couple weeks ago, I was at another race. We had a whole lot of them back and forth, and we were throwing bubble gum against the wall, see who would bite. We were throwing money around. You and your driver, Jimmy and Duck, were going back and forth, and we drug Tidwell in there. We had all the players involved in the game, if you will. And always, as soon as I come over, they start doing it, right? All right, so you've been kind of putting in the work. I told you when I walked up, the journey has been impressive. How do you feel right now, all the shenanigans, all the talking and the keyboard smack? How does Carl Stevens feel right now about the journey that you've been on?
Oh, I feel great about the journey, to be honest. I mean, we're out here making history happen. So, yeah, I mean, well, I don't know what else there is to say about it. Just, jacked up on a high right now.
Well, when we walked in here, your driver, he's kind of walking around on cloud nine. The crew's got a little bump in their step. Everybody's excited about what could be. You continue to show what is, but the what could be out there on the racetrack, what could be out there today, day one, here at the World Cup Finals?
I think today, just like I told you before, running at 1,000 foot, I think, probably a 5.0 something is probably what we're kind of hoping for, shutting it off at the 1,000 foot today. So, and that'll just, kind of give us a little bit of data going into tomorrow, see if we can run it, 1,200 foot and see where that ends up.
So we're kind of training. We're doing like the decathlon, marathon. This ain't a sprint. You're training for this program now.
Yeah, just trying to be smart and keep Jimmy safe and, look over everything on the car and make sure, every time we run it a little bit further, everything's still holding up. Front end looks good. Tires are looking good. Chassis not cracking. Like I said, just trying to be as smart as we can, as safe as we can about going after it. So
I'm excited to see how you and the team do because, buddy, there's a lot of people out there in the world that want to see if the record falls right here at the Haltech 29th Annual World Cup Finals. You stay tuned. I promise you, if you hear them tell you that they're coming to the lanes, like kick your wife, your girlfriend, tell your boss to get out of your office, you're going to want to watch and see how high he jumps when the scoreboard lights up. His first run of the day coming up soon right here on Flow Racing.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. I'm gnarlier than you. I get wilder. I get more sideways. I'm louder. You sure about that, bro? So what you got?
Finding peace of mind can be easier together. So when you're ready for Medicare, Blue Cross can guide the way. Our Blue Advantage PPO plans include a $0 in-network primary care copay, $0 premium options, $0 preferred generic drug copay options, and more. We also have a new PPO plan for those with certain heart conditions or diabetes, plus local support from the only Blue plan in Tennessee. Visit us online or call us at 1-844-940-0279.
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built, where power overrides gravity, and I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. No rule or mold I can't break. And limits, absolutely zero. And there's enough zero sugar to get me there.
Just got word, merch is getting thin. Back to the merch tent. If you haven't gotten your merch yet, this is your heads up to go do so. It's getting thin. Cars are fired back up. We are ready to go back on our way here with the La Rubia machine. Here on the right side, Juana Yanis, the wheel man, the RX-7 out of St. Cloud. Ooh. Jimmy Taylor's back up. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But we're going to watch Ayanis here in the rotary car. Right now, Brent LaSalle top of the board, 597.9 at 241. The rest of the field overall has struggled. A couple cars have been able to get down just fine. A couple cars took some early times to check on things. Check on the short time. So La Rubia, the RX-7, here in the right lane, will be the final car. Precision Turbo Engine, X295 versus Hot Rod to make a qualifying effort. As the sun will start to disappear here over the next hour or two. Fire stage on, lights down, on the wheelie bars. Top of the racetrack, a little bit of smoke and abort the run. Coasting it down to a 7:45.0143 for the Ayanis machine. And that'll conclude qualifying here for Precision Turbo Engine X295 versus Hot Rod. And in a bit of a surprise, Jimmy Taylor is back up here with the Pro Mod.
That's what we're waiting on. We're waiting for Jimmy Taylor to see what he's going to do today. He's going to put the car in the fours today. Here we go. It looks like the man. There he is. Y'all fixing to see a 4-second pass, probably.
Jimmy Taylor. Hollywood, Tennessee. Pro Mod exhibition yesterday.
My neck of the woods.
5:25.214, and he says he found reverse, and did he? Yes, he did. Give it up for Jimmy Taylor. He found reverse. There you go. All right, but again, folks, it's not like I said, not your standard patch car. You just, put your foot on the brake or press the clutch and go to reverse. He's got to have it at the right RPM. If the RPM is too high or too low, it will not engage reverse. So it's, very fine line there.
Well, Jimmy Taylor, Carl Stevens came into this event with one goal in mind. It's not just breaking, it's not obliterating, and it's not just shattering. It's a combination of all of it. Of the door slammer record. Turbo Todd Moyer holds it 5:14.273 down in Bradenton, January of 24. They've already taken the 8-mile record back in October. Private test.
Hey, y'all make sure to subscribe, man. I'll be bringing it to y'all all weekend.
They went a 5:25.9, dumping the chutes and clicking it off early at 2:14 at 1,000 foot.
Get that 4-second pass.
Expecting full pass here from Jimmy Taylor, Carl Stevens, and the XRE crew. As the crew will walk away from the machine. All eyes will now turn to Jimmy Taylor as the pre-stage beams will get turned on. He will build boost. He will bump it in. And the lights are going to down for Jimmy Taylor. The car's hooked up, getting sideways out there, and he'll dump the chutes at the 8th as that thing started getting really out there from under him. A 6:26 at 1:28. A 9:25 short time, and he was sideways at the 8th mile. Whew. Well, we'll re-rack it and we'll try it again later. Good effort from Taylor and Camp. More data for these guys.
He went at 3:47 to the 8. He was getting it.
All right, here we go. Let's go to Competition Clutch Warriors versus
That's
Trace
one bad
Quarto.
dude.
The biggest class is here. And basically, the Warriors, it's pretty much a combination of the Warriors Outlaw Racing Team rules and a 3/4 chassis import. As, oh man, I love this truck. Is this
Chris Rankin and them from Northeast. They got
Love
3
this
cars,
truck.
I've seen so far. They got the truck,
All right, now you got La Sanita coming up here
the
on the left
little bit
side.
of Conquest, and they got the Camaro.
Remember, Carlos De Leon was last year's winner of this
Chris
event.
Rankin, he didn't get down to that.
Lunch
Neither
Money
did Cade, and they both
Will be in the right lane once it starts
they
rolling
both
up.
got loose on their pass. First
All right,
qualifying.
we're going to send La Sanita down here on a solo pass. So the 82 Starlet rotary power and entry out of Orlando, Florida. Charlie's Towing, Benton Performance, De Leon Wiring.
Hey, y'all make sure you hit that follow button. I'll bring it to y'all weekend, best I can. Might just stay home this weekend, not do nothing. Bring y'all a little bit of this action.
Carlos De Leon usually want to keep an eye on, not just in qualifying, but obviously in eliminations with the win last year. Number 2 qualifier. Last year's event won a 6:35.2. So we'll see if he can have the number 1 spot this year. We're ready to rock and roll. Pre-stage beams on here for La Sanita. Carlos De Leon. Q1. Competition Clutch versus Trace Quarto. Down. All the way the bars out there. Keeps it under control. Top of the racetrack. 6:47.1 to 11 for Carlos De Leon. Here comes Rankin.
Yeah, Rankin and them, they got the truck, they got the Conquest, and they got the
Lunch Buddy. Chris Rankin.
Camaro.
49 F100. Pardon me, Caden Rankin in Lunch Money in the 49 F100. This thing had a pretty good wheel stand last year. They were able to gather it up and find a way to keep the front end down. We'll see how Caden can do here this weekend.
When brass turns green.
This thing is cool looking at. Just a pretty looking pickup. 19 years of age from Little Town, Pennsylvania.
I hope that wasn't her name.
Gentile Torado, left side of the racetrack here, and A-Trown is back. The 82 Starlet struggling in the water box, to say the least. His starter Mikey Gay, like, come on. All right. They're telling Kate to go and go. Well, okay. Well,
All right.
You know, there are moments where we think we have things figured out as announcers, and this is not one of those moments.
Y'all just have to bear with me for a little bit. I'll get everything situated where it's looking good.
Yeah, this is
my
definitely different.
first stream like this, so I'm just really getting into this streaming thing.
Guess Caden's still gonna go.
I'll be bringing y'all more like live streams at the track this next season. I just thought I'd get on here, Dave. I subscribed to a month of this and thought I might bring y'all a little bit of it this weekend when I'm at the house.
Catering can make a hit here on the Napa side. Qualified for the field last year in 680s. Was right around mid-pack or so. See if there's any improvement for Caden this year. Is no dice for Rankin. Well, Rankin going to coast on down. He'll light up a 19.16 with an 8, 67 miles an hour. Have a time up on the sheet. That's about it. Good news is he's number 2 in the field.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be in at the winner, right?
Well, there's 2 cars that have been down, so.
Yeah, like I said, y'all hit that follow and subscribe
Next
button.
pair will be
You know,
Lady Justice
you'll get to
Machine.
see some more later on this weekend. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing it on and off, you know,
Buckingham, Pennsylvania.
the best I can.
And Rafael Fuentes there in the left lane in the 82 Starlet of St. Cloud. An outlet with Eric Hendricks behind the wheel. Part 2 of the Motor Racing team. Boss man Keith Ray standing behind, getting them lined up. A little import versus domestic action. Competition clutch works versus Tres Cuartos style here in Q1. Let's go right TDM brakes, Motion Race Works, Wonder Racing, Glory Motorsports, line-to-line coatings. Circle D Specialties, Men's Motorsports, full throttle signs on board here for Outlet, Lady Justice, the law office of Karen Rodriguez, Air Cabin Solutions, Primer Fiberglass, cabin chassis, gold paint, Eric race cars. Sitting patiently. First ready. Wait for Fuentes. Appreciate off both drivers here. Both of them build boost. Pump in. Side by side. Issues there for Hendricks. See you later, Fuentes. Top of the racetrack here. 676 with a 9 for the Starlet. 207. Hendricks. 1221 with a 4. 90 miles an hour. Top of the board right now. Pair of imports. Next pair. Left side. 2016 Mustang Clay Gerhold in the Coyote powered machine at Jupiter, Florida. And Jason Unch, the red rum pickup truck. And a little classic Chevy versus Ford, the Silverado right lane, Mustang left lane. Jason Unch, your second fastest full-size pickup on the quarter mile. Going 6:59s. And I know that they've been finding more and more speed with this machine. So we'll see what he can do. I'll be honest with you, don't know a whole lot about the Mustang here in Clay Gerald. Curious to see what he's going to be able to do. Competition Clutch Wars versus Trish Porto.
Let's get Next Gen Street Fighter to lanes 5 and 6, please. Next Gen Street Fighter, lanes 5 and 6, please. Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6.
Well, Jason Hutch said, let's go. I'm going to set the pre-stage beams and wait for the Mustang. Mustang's pre-staged also. The Chevy versus Ford. They're ready for side by side. As the Mustang will hit the tires, Jason Hutch says, see you later. And it looks like he aborts the run just before the 8th mile. Coasted on down the rest of the way to a 8:63.8 at 109. Gerhold 15:38 with a 373 miles an hour, as I believe maybe Unch looking for that 60-foot info. Jamila DeGraw lighting the hides there, left side of the RX-7, 2JZ power. Out of Pennsylvania, Spectrum Solutions, Pippi Loco Racing on board. And I believe maybe Dustin Cotton here on the right lane. And the Killdozer Camaro. And I could be wrong on that. I'm kind of taking a wild guess on this one because I don't have the information just yet here for the right lane. Oh, it is Dustin Cotton. Okay. Made a good guess. Just got confirmation. So the 94 Camaro, big box Chevrolet, twin turbo machine. On the right lane. Dustin Cotton going to put some numbers up. I will tell you that right now. That Mark Benson Racing power under the hood. Get performance trainees, JCL injectors, drag wire solutions. Helping out. Import versus domestic action. Miller Grant, I believe, ran a couple Warrior races. I want to say he ran at least one, maybe two this year. As this guy hit the tires there, John. Top of the racetrack. So a piece of debris came off the car. 643 with a 5.218. Oh, Dustin Cotton. Coasting on down, 13:48, 82 miles an hour. Jamil Negron will go to the number 1 spot currently. Next pair, Jimmy Posey, left side of the racetrack, the 72 Chevrolet Nova, 604 Hood Pro Charge machine. And tell you what, Jimmy has been able to get this thing going at the weirdest of times. Usually around the Ford Fever Classic here at MIR, is able to get this machine rolling with the Warriors program. Wasn't that long ago, had a Cinderella story coming together and it all came apart right at the end for him. You know, he would love to be able to win this quarter-mile event. And a Newsburg, Pennsylvania Pro Charger, and of course Mark Benson Racing power under the hood for his machine. Jose Erie Morales right side here. And the Rudu powered machine out of Davenport, Florida. So another import versus domestic matchup here on the starting line. Neither driver wasting any time. Both guys in. Right down. Bleeding green. Posey going to hit the tires there. And all the wheelie bars and dancing out there. It's going to be the Rallis machine. Top of the racetrack, a 679.8202. Using a lot of racetrack to make that pass work. 1283 with a 9. Coasted down. It's going to be Jimmy Posey. I think just hit the wheelie bars. It seemed like it was unloading the tires. As next pair. Brian Cummins with the big American flag on the back of the machine, the 2014 GT500 at Kenner, Louisiana. Drive Shaft Shop going to be on board. Let's check out the replay here on the Fluid Racing TV we got up here. And I'll tell you what, on the wheelie bars dancing around out there is going to be Morales. Whew. A lot of racetrack to make that pass work, but got it done, kept it in the lane. Couldn't ask for anything more. There's Brian Cummins and the Mustang, right side of the racetrack. I believe that's the Cletus McFarland machine there in the left lane. Brian Cummins in the Heavens Reject. James Tall in the El Camino, I should say, this weekend. So we'll see what Mullet's going to be able to do. Twin turbos. Car's been in the winner's circle before in this category. We'll see if James can do it also. Issues for the Mustang. James Tall. Good, clean, easy, simple A to B pass. 675, 209 for James Tall in the El Camino. Mullet looked good out there. Brian Cummins, 1266 with a 980 miles an hour. And this next pair, Glenn Adams, Jake Nauman down in the water box. Jake Nauman, a beautiful looking silver and white Chevrolet Nova nitrosated machine. Nauman Plumbing Bootleg 2, Little Race Innovations going to be on board here for the kid out of Crofton, 27 years of age. Running here on the Coors Light side, 632 nitrosated entry. Right side of that red Mustang, Glenn Adams out of Orlando, Florida. Performance Center, Orlando Speed World, Boatmax Worldwide with the small motor.
People like myself, man.
Jake Nauman was a kid that surprised a lot of people. Definitely turned some heads with that nitrous car, putting up some good sized numbers. Last year, top 10 in qualifying, running 650s. I believe it was that mid 650 run.
Next Gen Street Fighter to lanes 5 and 6, please. Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6. Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6.
Nauman's in, waiting on Adams. Adams will leave before the tree. And Jake Nauman says, okie dokie, see you later. Top end for the nitrous car, 695 at 154 as he rolled out of it early. As Glenn Adams will not get a time.
He had a 104 60 foot on that. Pretty good.
There's your next pair. Sit back in the water box, wait patiently. Jim DeZao, right side of the 2014 Corvette, that all white machine. Snowbird, Corvette known as here in the right lane. As the 98 Trans Am out of Ohio. Silverback in the left lane. Josh Pratt, the wheelman. Yellow Sex Power Machine. See the no time sticker on that Trans Am. Well, he'll be getting a race for like a year after this weekend, so he's going to give it a shot and hopefully make it count. TKM, BTR, RPM, going to be on board Midwest Chassis, CRT Motion Raceworks. Manser, Circle D. Pratt's in, waiting for Snowbird, finally in. Snowbird's going to leave. Here comes the Trans Am. Trans Am charging to top of the racetrack. Snowbird 720 with a 4.7088 for the Pratt machine. Solid laps for both.
Definitely was. And a final call for Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6. Final call for Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6. Final call for Next Gen Street Fighter to 5 and 6.
You know what? I'm glad that Zung's here. Zung Ho writes at the 2018 Charger out of Texas. This is a guy who just likes to have fun with the Dodgers. Tries to put some numbers up, has a lot of fun, and a dude that is just so happy all the time. And I love this guy. You remember that orange one that he has raced previously? He actually ran it here at the World Cup. I saw a photo of that machine back in.
Y'all make sure you hit that subscribe and follow. I'll be bringing y'all more action through the weekend.
It was a street car.
Because I'm not going to be.
And believe it or not, most of his vehicles are full body production Chargers. You know, making the adjustments that he needs to. Does what he can. Has a lot of fun having it.
Come across and find.
This guy you want to root for. Good dude. Eric Gash left side of the racetrack here. 86 Mustang out of Kentucky. Curious to see what the Mustang can do. Also, Dodge doing some cool stuff over the last year or so. Getting back into motorsports, bringing back the V8, bringing back the Hemi, doing all the things that a lot of people not very happy with. We're happy to see Dodge.
Eric Gash go 104.60 foot, top of the racetrack. How about a 642, 191 for Eric Gash? Zung Ho, 849, 95 miles per hour, and he is moving slow down there at the far end of the racetrack. He'll go number 10. Eric Gash by 15 thou goes number 1. They're calling for the Broom tractor.
Yeah,
sounds like
a couple pieces of debris coming off the Mustang. It looked like. I couldn't quite tell what it was. So definitely some debris out there. That left lane.
Look like a side window frame, doesn't blow the window.
We're going to get the big pieces up. We're going to put the broom tractors down that left lane, get the rest of them that way.
Blow the side window.
Shout out to Flow Racing. A lot of stuff they've been doing over the last couple of years, the innovations, trying to bring production.
I'm gonna,
as we'll see the replay here.
This is my first stream like this, so I'm doing some recording on it to see what I can go back and watch it and see what I can do right, what I can adjust, and bring it better, like tomorrow.
Something right behind the left front fender in front of the driver's side door. Couldn't quite tell if it was a chunk of body or something under.
It looked like that right there looked like the window frame out of the side window. The small window is what it looked like you picked up off the track.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that the Manly hard cards will be in full effect tomorrow. You will not be able to come to the starting line area without a Manly hard card. So drivers must pick up your Manly hard cards. Pick them up today. There's no line back there. Manly hard card 10 located right next to the Hitchcock Forward stage. Driver must go up there with their what do I need crew. Again, the Manly hard card is not in effect today, but they will be in full effect starting tomorrow and for the remainder of the weekend. So drivers, if you and your crew have not yet gone to pick up your Manly hard card, please do so.
I got, my internet ain't the fastest.
Inches, they'll make that work. You need a 42 to 45 inch drive shaft, but it's 46 inches, they'll make it work. All right, so the tractors looks like they're coming in this time. So folks, got a question. One more time by show of hands. Actually, make noise on this one. How many of you fans out there in the grandstand, you bought your tickets on September 1st at 12 noon? Show of hands. Who bought their tickets first day they went on sale? It's like everybody.
I should see every hand in that VIP section over there.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
That sold out in like 47 seconds or whatever it was.
I think it was probably quicker than that. But again, thank you, everybody, coming out. The first ever complete 100% sellout of the World Cup Finals before we sent one car down to this racetrack yesterday. It was announced we were sold out as the tractors are going to come on in, and we're going to fire them up and go. All right, here comes the Harley Quinn, the pink starlet at Davenport, Florida.
So Freddie Reed's left side here in the Harley Quinn entry. That pink 1983 Starlet in Davenport, Florida. Rotary power under the hood there for the 28-year-old. Question is yet here for the right lane. May have a few of those throughout the rest of the day. Some guys get decked in late, or maybe just get here this morning.
Right, and all right, Jomar Gomez, come back to the tower. We have someone that may have your drive shaft you need. Jomar Gomez, please come back to the tower. We may have somebody that has the drive shaft you need. Jomar Gomez, come back to the tower. We may have somebody that has the drive shaft you're looking for.
We're going to be heading down to the Harley Quinn machine to get that car pushed off.
Granis Racing, stick shift, lanes 1 and 2, please. Granis Racing, stick shift, lanes 1 and 2, please. Granis Racing, stick shift, lanes 1 and 2, please.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. Yeah, well, I'm gnarlier than you. I get more sideways. I'm louder. Much louder. I get wilder than you. You sure about that, bro?
Harder, slicker, cooler, tougher. Let's go.
So what you got?
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere.
The last thing I remember is just the engine cut out.
Endurance has you covered. It was like almost a $6,000 job. Endurance covered it.
Right now, you can get $300 off any.
The rest of them were LA was on there, Miami.
I think we're going to go do a quick little touch up on the racing, or I should say on the starting line.
Can't imagine Chicago not be.
And take a look real quick at the starting line. We're like, yeah, let's just go and hit it real quick. So we'll go back live here in just a moment once we do a quick touch up. We're just going to do a hand spray, tire drag, and get back underway here
So they're already delaying mine by 2 hours.
with the Warriors versus Tres Cuarto category. All right, now everybody chasing. Eric Gash, the 6'4", 2-0. He's been there gone in the number 2 spot, 6'4", the 5. La Sarita, Carlos De Leon, the number 3 spot. James Tall in the number 4 spot. And Lee Justice in the number 5 spot currently.
All right, drivers and crew, folks, listen to me very, very carefully. Drivers and crew members, you must stay with your car at all times in the staging lanes. You must please stay with your car at all times in the staging lanes. If you leave your car unattended in the staging lanes, you are at risk of perhaps being disqualified and forfeiting that run. So please stay with your car at all times in the staging lanes, please. And please stay with your car at all times in the staging lanes. Please stay with your car at all times in the staging lanes. Again, drivers, please stay with your cars at all times in staging lanes. If you leave your car unattended in the staging lane for any reason, that is grounds for possible DQ and forfeiture of the run.
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere.
Get covered today and make Endurance pay for it. It was like almost a $6,000 job. Endurance covered it.
Right now, you can get $300 off any plan. So call and get your free quote now.
Finding peace of mind can be easier together. So when you're ready for Medicare, Blue Cross can guide the way. Our Blue Advantage PPO plans include a $0 in-network primary care copay, $0 premium options, $0 preferred generic drug copay options, and more. We also have a new PPO plan for those with certain heart conditions or diabetes, plus local support from the only Blue plan in Tennessee. Visit us online or call us at 1-844-940-0279.
Hey, if you're watching at home, look at that drone shot, man. Sun setting, fall skies, a little water in the background. Pit's packed full of racers. Shoo.
All right, here we go. Back to green. Jaime Colon on the left side, taking on the judge. In Groveland, Florida, the 83 RX-7 taking on the 74 Celica.
Pair of imports. Ready to go side by side. Jean-Marc Colon Rodriguez there in the judge in the RX-7 out of Florida. Jamie Colon in the Celica in that left lane 2 JZ Power. Good lap here for Rodriguez, top and line of smoke. We're going to go check that out at 6:53.2 and only 166. Dissipating. Number 4 in the field with that run. 7:46.1 there for the Colon machine.
All clear from our safety crew down at the far end of the racetrack. And the call goes out to fire up the next pair, so we're going to do that. And how about this one? One of your favorite cars, Coche Bamba.
I love both these cars, man.
But you love Coche Bamba.
I just love race cars.
That's good. That's good, too.
Yeah. So Rafael Estevez left side here, Coche Bamba, the 87 Corolla, out of New Jersey, 2 JZ Power left side, 2 JZ Power right side also for the Trento 1 machine of Tajiri, out of Georgia. remember certainly correctly, I saw Rafael Estevez on his roof at the 2024 Haltech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco. We enjoy having 4 tires on the ground with old machines. So two 2GZ powered machines as Coach Ibama into the pre-stage lights, waiting for Najiri to join. Very much in that car forward now. And turn on the pre-stage bulbs for both sides of the racetrack. Coach Bubba left side, Toretto right side. Toretto out in front, Coach Bamba. A little bit of a slow run for that machine. Top of the racetrack, Najiri, 6:27.7, 2:23. A solid lap from a friend of Najiri. Going to the number 1 spot by about a 1/10 and a half. Coach Ibamba, number 15. So right now you got a 6:27 for Najiri. Aaron Cash gets second with a 6:42. Pretty sizable gap there here in qualifying. We'll see if a couple guys can slide their way in between them. Is that in Amna Rovic on the right side of Missouri, 2JZ powered RX-7. CW Racing in Southwest Electric is going to be on board helping out. Left side, Jeremy Sparks, the 90 Mustang. Small block Ford Power for the man out of Tennessee. Forced inductions on board. A little import versus domestic matchup here.
I thought I killed a whole bunch of them. They were all like, yeah, we were working this when I was looking at backup. I thought I'd hit again.
Both drivers and the full stage light there. Meeting you guys good? My guy flexing. He said we good. He said ain't no race car gonna stop me.
Obviously, that run will not count as he did kind of at the wall, but man, our media guy, he's like, you get a good picture of that? Whew. Whew. And see it stop down there on the racetrack. And they're calling for the broom tractors. Your officials down there with the car, so quick response by them. But man, that thing took a hard look, and yeah, right above. Yeah, it's a little damage on the right side of the race car, but again, man, that thing took. It was a big slap.
Looks like our right rear got knocked in too. Don't have to do a realignment on that rear. Whew. If nothing broke. Pretty sizable smack too. I'm actually surprised there's not more damage on that machine. I'm curious to see what it'll look like once they get under it and start pulling stuff out. And as we'll check out the replay, Mustang leaves. Car going to step out right there at the 330. Here comes Morovic. And I mean tap too.
Yeah, definitely possibly some suspension, damage. I would have assumed on that one, but for that car to get up airborne in the back end like that, that was some rear suspension damage on that one. But we need the driver car. 6495 to your car, please. 6495 to your car, and stay with your car, please. 6495 to your car, and please stay with it. 6495 and Granite Racing stick shift to your car, please.
Hey, I just now got back in here. I had somebody come knock at the door. Axel plays. I'm gonna do what I can. I mean, I'm gonna be here. But, you know, I'm gonna do what I can this weekend for streaming. Hey, you're welcome, Nick, man. Just like I said, I'm gonna be here on and off all weekend. I put my cashapp and venmo in the description on YouTube, so if y'all want to throw $1 or something, that'd be great. If not, I don't care. You know, just either or. It's there just in case y'all want to. I couldn't believe it. It's crazy, man, because like Flow Racing, they want $150 for a year, which that's fine if you can afford a year, but for a month it was $43. It's like, and that was tough because I was like, man, if I had the $150, I'd have just got the year. But I know this is going to be a good event this year. There's a lot of, you got Jimmy Taylor trying to break records. You got some other guys I need to look trying to break records. I think there's going to be a lot of
back to the left
action.
side of the racetrack, the Jadel Tornado machine. 82 Starlet out of Puerto Rico. Charles Towing, Bit Performance on board for the Rotary Power. El Diamante here in the right side of the racetrack. The 1980 Toyota. K-Series power going to be under the hood here for Rivera. Motorsports out of Puerto Rico. So Luis Rivera. We'll get ready to rock and roll there on the right. Comes back here in the left lane. And that red entry. Pair of side-by-side imports here. A couple more back in the water box. Forward, going to turn on the top bulbs also. Left lane's in, red lane's in. Flash going down. And both guys going to be aboard in the runs. All right, left, both cars went to the right. Well, I'm going to go check the racetrack real quick. One of the spotters wanted to play it safe and check the lane real quick.
Watch this as it closes up. Watch this. You can see the leaf shutters in there actually closing.
All right, all clear's been given. We're going to go ahead and get the next pair fired and ready to rock and roll.
So Ferdinand Rodriguez Laga out of Corazon, Puerto Rico, the 82 Starlet. And Miss Luella out of Aruba, 81 Toyota Corolla.
Victor Werleman, the wheelman. 81 Corolla. Two beautiful looking cars, man. 82 Starlet left side, 81 Corolla on the right. Clean paint jobs, big tires, short wheelbase. Fun to watch. So roll the band on the right side. Outgun the left. Puerto Rico and Aruba. As everybody chasing right now, the Nigerian machine going 627.7 and 223 for high mile an hour and low ET so far. Eric Gash, the number 2 spot. Jamil Legrand, number 3. Carlos De Leon, La Salita. And the judge there in the number 5 spot. 26 cars have taken a hit so far here in Competition Clutch Works versus Tres Cuarto. And this pre-stage beams will come on for both. Good, clean launch for both drivers. Do a little dancing out there from the left side. Some smoke out of the right. And pulling the chutes to a 7:01.5 for the left lane Starlet. 196. Worldman 8:37.7 for the right lane. As next pair, Johnny Ramos, right side of the 73 Corolla on that orange machine. Coors Light side, 71 Datsun. Yeah, it's calling for the red lights as one is stopped up at the top of the racetrack. We'll work on getting that car off at the top end. Irvin Saez will be in that left lane Datsun. We're going to get the car off at the top end real quick. As you guys at home enjoying the beautiful drone shots. Cars fired back up, ready to rock and roll. Saez to Ramos. Datsun's going to light the heights first. The Corolla second. Rear end checks getting finished up here for the pair of Ramos and Saez, the Caleb Racing entry out of Puerto Rico. Ramos also out of Puerto Rico. So pre-stage lights on for Saez now. As Ramos will get ready to join. Drivers. We'll start build boost, build it in. Datsun in the Corolla. Datsun's in, Corolla's in. Lights coming down, car bleeding green as the Datsun get close to that center line, getting sideways, gets out of it. As Ramos will coast it on down. I'll tell you what, Saez though was out there dancing a lot on that run. Well, we're doing some extra dancing here. It seems like in Q1 for a handful of categories, especially quite a few here in Competition Clutch Works versus Tres Cuarto. These guys working on getting stuff set, potentially for tomorrow. As the Puerto Rico flag will fly here for El Humildon is back. right side out of Philly, the RX-7. La Diva. Left side here, the 80 Starlet out of Florida, B-Series power. Out under the hood. Eric Ruiz, the wheelman. And the La Diva machine. El Humildon, if you want to kind of keep an eye on this car, generally performs fairly well whenever it shows up in the Haltech World Cup final presented by Wiseco.
The lights come on here at Maryland National Raceway. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night. The action heats up. Rounder Laser Racer, when our lights come on, so do yours. At the pre-stage. Sterling on the left, RX-7 on the right. Area 107, 60 foot's a pair, top end of the racetrack. How about a 690, 169 to a 699 and 162? Both of them about out of the throttle going through the finish line. No parachute on the right-hand side, but I think he'll be just fine. Look at numbers 9 and 11, respectively. And Trueno, he's still the number 1 qualifier at the present time, 627 and 223.
Joe Olivo is what my sheet says for Abner, but I got a Giannis on the announcer screen, so your guess is as good as ours in this case. The RX-7 out of St. Cloud, Florida. On the right side, that rotary powered entry. Mark Gomez left side here, the high RPM machine. 73 Datsun, rotary power out of Puerto Rico. So the bump you see up on the board, 28.33.3. That means from this point forward, you get to play the game.
That's it, the bumping game. And obviously that bump's not going to stay at 28.33, so.
We do have quite a few cars still to show up. 2 cars so far have taken time. Got 2 more here in the water box. Out in front like a hole shot for Omar Gomez.
Very close to center was Gomez, 828, 115.
Coasted down to a 7:52.7. Let's keep an eye on that Gomez machine tomorrow.
Young father out of Lake Wales, Florida, the 1985 RX. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not picked up your Manly Hard Cards, there is no wait, no line right now. The Manly Hard Cards at the drivers. Make sure you take your crew there. Get those Manly Hard Cards tonight because you will need them tomorrow and the rest of the weekend.
You don't want to have upset crew members at you because it's going to make for a very long weekend for you getting your car serviced.
I don't want to upset Brandy at me because, she's an 8th degree black belt. And, she's my boss.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that have to have their stuff.
Yeah. And the drivers get mad, then she gets mad, then I get mad. Then she gets mad at me.
That's a rabbit hole we didn't need to go into. All right, anyway.
Yeah, I think I need more than a rabbit hole. But anyway. I just keep opening the door and Higgins. Anyway.
Like the 5th.
And 112 off 60 foot, top end of the racetrack. 6:56 at 2:10. A good solid lap that'll put him up into the top 5, or actually puts him 6th. And that'll be it for the Competition Clutch Warriors versus Trace Cartel. A little touch up the starting line, and we have next gen Street Fighter coming up. Granite's Racing Stick Shift is back there. Again, I'm Fabian Brown. He's Chris Higgins here on Thursday evening, I should say, here at Maryland National Raceway, the 29th Annual Halftech World Cup Final presented by Wiseco. And again, folks, make sure you go to GoRacingMR.com and keep on the Facebook page, the website. We've got a couple great events coming up here at Maryland National Raceway to finish out the 2025 season and keep on tabs for the 2026 season. The XDA Extreme Drag Bike Association schedule has been announced. The NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series will be here May 29th through the 31st for the first time ever. Lots of great stuff. Wesley Washington, he's got 2 big money bracket races coming up next year. So go to GoRaceMIR.com for all of the info. Keep on tabs for the 2026 season, which honestly isn't far away.
Yeah, you'll definitely see that schedule usually right after PRIs when it tends to get released. And just to clarify one thing, this is not the first time that NHRA has been a part of MIR, though. It's the first time we've had a national event.
Yep.
So MIR is one of the few tracks that has had every possible, at least that I'm aware of, drag racing sanctioning body.
That still exists, by the way.
Correct. Not organization, actual body.
Yeah. I mean, we've had the different one, but, we're...
We also had NASCAR.
That is true. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, Maryland National Raceway at one point was a NASCAR-sanctioned drag strip.
So NASCAR had a drag racing division, which is what we were a part of. So as far as we are aware, we haven't had anybody to disprove, we do know that there was a record at one point of Richard Petty doing drag racing stuff here many, many years ago, back in the early, I should say mid-60s. I don't want to say early 60s, mid-60s. So NASCAR, IHRA, NHRA, WDRA, who is the current sanctioning body for MIR for the remainder of this season.
'29th Annual World Cup Finals. Again, it's import versus domestic, and you can put an import in anything. Case in point, how about an old school Willys that we're calling a 1951 Top Cat? Yeah. Toyo Pet. Mejias Jr. All right, so we're talking about, it's got a 2JZ in it. Why?
Honestly, this is basically is a Willys, but they put a 2JZ engine in. So if you search a 1951 Toyo Pet, it's like the Toyota. So we are import law fan. We have another 2JZ card, and we run 2JZ. So the owner put the 2JZ, and it's awesome. They run 656 right now on the third qualifying round, but they run 638 two weeks ago. So maybe tomorrow I'm going a little bit more fast.
So you talked about that you were trying to go 630s tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying tomorrow, but maybe 630 or 62. I'm trying to put on a 62 tomorrow.
Now this is an old school Vanishing Point Willys car, and you took, it probably had a nitrous engine in it, or a screw blower, or a blow combination, and now you went and put a 2JZ in a Willys.
Yeah, that car is making for a VA. Maybe it's for nitrous, but they take it out and put a 2JZ engine. They have a automatic transmission, so I don't know. That's cool. It's very cool. See that wheelie with an import engine.
Well, I was watching and I went, "What is in that?" And then I hear it spool up, and it's got a 2JZ in it.
Yeah, if you see the front end on the front, they have a Toyota logo. So that's cool because you see, oh my God, that's a wheelie with a Toyota engine. So
Well, I know for me, I'm going to be waiting to see if he can go 630s tomorrow. You at home on Flow Racing, you need to stick around. It's World Cup Finals, import versus domestic. And I think this is kind of in the middle. Stay tuned.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. I'm gnarlier than you. I get wilder. I get more sideways. I'm louder. You sure about that, bro?
So what you got?
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built. When I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. And there's enough zero sugar to get me there.
My old phone carrier was reaching their hand into my wallet and just helping themselves. I like having no surprises when it comes to my cell phone bill. And with Spectrum, it saved me a ton of money.
Real customers, real savings. To see how much you can save, visit Spectrum.
Hall Tech World Cup Finals up here at MIR. And again, it's import versus domestic, yada, 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 yada. How about the fact that even racetrack owners drag their stuff all the way to the north to compete? The one and only Victor Alvarez. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. You know, I'm a big fan of this race. Me and Jason have been friends for years. I've been coming to this race since like 2009. Never did I think I'd have two competitive cars. I got my two here. We got Cletus right over there with his 4. So, you know, we always try to support other events. We leave here. We're going to run the Pro Mod next week in Orlando, World Street National. So we don't just like talk about it. We do it. We support the sport. We try to bring the sport up as much as we can and just do what we can for the sport. And we enjoy it. We love it. Obviously, we're here.
Well, absolutely. And this ain't South Florida. We don't have Florida weather up here. It could be way worse. It could be colder.
It's cold at night, but it's good. So one of the things we look forward to, I mean, we don't enjoy the weather, like physically, but the cars enjoy it. So you come up here, you get a little free ET, and it's nice. So, you know, at FL2K in October, we struggled with this car. We had a bunch of issues. We rolled it off the trailer here, went 781 at 196, which is the fastest sport front-wheel drive or front-wheel drive K-Series car, so it's a new world record. And, you know, the air helps, right? So I'll take it.
Well, I was going to jump to that, but, you know, you were kind of out there trolling a little bit on your social media yesterday, talking about, guys, can anybody help me? Correct me if I'm wrong. You were looking for it. But that does say something for you and your team because you do have 2 cars out here. We've been talking about it, that there's not many drivers that come to World Cup Finals and can win in 2 classes. You, my friend, this weekend are one of those drivers that can.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have 2 cars that can. I think that I'm capable of doing it. I get to make a lot of runs, especially this time of year, which is nice. I've been racing a lot. So it's possible. But I'll tell you what, man, this is a hard race. The conditions change a lot from hot to cold to not, you get all 4 seasons during this race. So tuners got to be on point, drivers got to be on point, cars got to be on point. It won't be easy. If I won 2 cups, I'd probably walk home to Florida at that point. I'd be so happy. I'd probably hold both cups and just start walking.
Well, that would definitely help your YouTube channel out. That being said, you set the record with that car.
Yep.
This car today, I saw you kind of go out, had a little bit of trouble. I don't know necessarily that was what you were looking for in Q1.
I wouldn't say we had trouble. So we changed everything on this car and loaded in the trailer, didn't make a single run. So we just wanted to make a run, just anything, get down the track, have some data to then be able to build our tune-ups to try to go faster. We'd like to go 6.0s with this car this weekend. I don't know that a 590 is available to us or we can get that done, but if we can go 6.0s, we can be competitive. And again, in the end, the records are cool and all that stuff, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for the cup.
Well, I'm going to get all choked up about that because that seems to be the line with you Florida guys. Brett said the same thing. He said he's here for the cup. That's all he cares about. But then he goes out and runs 597. You're over here setting records. You're trying to set a record with that. I mean, at what point do you kind of start to change your thought process on how you're going to try to go towards the weekend strategy-wise?
Well, I mean, the strategy is just to keep the cars together and go as fast as you possibly can. If we have to get a world record in the effort to try to get the win, then that's what we'll do. Right now, strategy is to keep the cars together. If we make another run in that car and it goes what I think it'll go, if we go 770s, it'll be parked until Sunday. We'll save it for eliminations, you know what I mean? Same thing. If we can get a couple good runs out of that, then go 6.0, we're waiting until Sunday and we're going to, go out swinging. It's a lot of rounds. Sunday, the rounds go quickly. Like, I've watched and I've raced here for many years. This is a hard race. I love this race. I've never won a single round of eliminations here, ever, in my entire life. So I know how hard this race is. I've had a lot of bad luck here. I've had it all. But anyways, I just want to do well. Both cars do well. My guys have worked hard all year on both these cars. They deserve it. Let's do it. We're here to win, right? We spent a lot of time, a lot of money to get here. We have 2 really good cars. Let's do something. Let's win something, man, Well,
absolutely. And this is kicking off your busiest part of, if you will, 2025 into 2026.
Yep.
Flow U Winter Series. We're going to be giving away a lot of money. The YouTube channels or the video series is going to come flowing. Who knows? You saw how I did that, right? Yeah. We're going to see if he's going to see him walking down 95 back to Florida later on Sunday. 2 cups, walking like this, look like the Marshmallow Man. Stay tuned. Flow Racing. Victor Alvarez trying to go 2 for 2.
With some Bryson. We are just about ready. There's our trackers doing their thing. Want to make sure that full quarter mile is 100% race ready. Get out of these high horsepower next gen Street Fighters machines. That's what they're. If you look down there on the starting line in front of the Christmas tree, that's what they are all chasing after, the coveted World Cup Finals trophy. And just so you know, that is not the one that's actually distributed out in the winner's circle. That's the kind of the, there's kind of like 3 Stanley Cups. There's the original bowl that stays up in the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto. There's the presentation cup, the one you kind of see on TV. Then there's the one. Then they got the one that's like where there's no mistakes on it, it's all perfect and all that. That's another one that kind of travels around a little bit. That's kind of like the presentation one. The other ones are actually locked up in a box, locked up in boxes right now, so they'll be giving out on Sunday. You're looking at me like I'm well, I mean, you always look at me like I'm crazy, so.
I just had nothing to respond with, so I was just letting you do your thing. But I will tell you, the sun is setting here at Maryland National Raceway. Temperature's going to start dropping. Means it's got to start having heat in the motors. Again, got to have heat in your motors. Got to make sure you got everything up to operating temp. Heat in your motors. Also, trash cans got to stay at the edge of the road, guys. Fabian and I talked about that this morning, so help us help you, please. As Next Gen Performance Street Fighter Q1 going to be coming at you here in just a few moments. Cars getting fired up, getting heat in the motors. I'm curious to see what the first pair is going to be. I really like this list of cars that we got in this field. I mean, a lot of winners, some big-time performers. This is going to be a very, very competitive category. 19 cars, 16 spots. But just about anybody not only can make it, but can potentially win it in this field.
First pair out going to be the Toyota Supra of Tony Phillips from Knoxville, Tennessee. Jacob Conant from Webster, Massachusetts.
Jacob Conant, I'm sure, feels like he's got a bit of a mission here this weekend. Last year's runner-up in the Next Gen Performance Street Fighter category. Tony Phillips, six-pack racing. The 95 Supra to Knoxville, Tennessee. 2 JZ Power. 351 on the hood there for Conant. 2 beautiful cars, man. I mean, just absolute show cars in this category, almost across the board. A little import versus domestic matchup here. Jacob Conant, number 3 qualifier last year with a great run. Tony Phillips was about a mid-pack driver. We'll see if there's any performance there for Tony. A little bit of improvement for him. Jacob Conant could be a threat this weekend. Tony's in, Jacob's in, last down. Out in front is going to be the Mustang. Top of the racetrack, Jacob Conant. 695 with a 9-162, pulling the chutes. As Tony Phillips going to coast it on down. Light the board with a 1761 at 62 miles an hour. So Jacob Conant right now sitting on top of the board. As the next pair get a little heat in the motors. Haley James, Adam Martin. Haley James, left side of the racetrack here. Her 2000 Cody-powered Mustang. Adam Martin finishing off light in the hides. In the 90 Mustang, 432 under the hood for that entry. As the War Eagle. Getting ready to head down.
Haley James, a former winner here at the World Cup Finals a number of years ago. And she's taking on Adam Arndt over on the right-hand side of the racetrack at Boyertown, PA. You know, his wife, Krista, she has raced here at Maryland National Raceway a number of times and definitely knows how to get to victory lane. That 90 Mustang for Adam Arndt out of Boyertown, Pennsylvania. I believe he serves in the United States Air Force, if my memory serves me correctly. So thank you very much to Adam and all of our men and women of our armed forces, our first responders, for their service and dedication. But Haley James out of Florida, originally from New Mexico, then Indiana. Now she's a Floridian. Her fiance, Kiefer Simpson, back there in the water box. ID lanes 1 and 2 to please suit up. 1 and 2, please suit up. So Haley James, the War Eagle, Albuquerque, New Mexico originally, now calls Florida home. She's pre-stage. I guarantee you Haley won't stage first. Nope, she didn't. Out it goes. Haley gonna bump it in. 7 seconds. She's in. There goes Haley. Big wheel stand for Haley James. She backs out of the throttle. That thing was ready to take off on Haley James, and she had the wherewithal to get out of the throttle. And she goes in 11:47 for Haley James. Adam Hart, not a good run either. But it left solid for Haley. The front end came up, and she said, oh, no, buddy. So Haley James will go number 2. Adam goes number 3. And here comes the other half of Haley James Racing. That is Kiefer Simpson, Mr. American Express, Battle of Thrones winner, 444 apparel, Red Horse Performance, Benson Motorsports, Infamous Motorsports. Also, we need lanes 3 and 4 to pull forward. David Rohrschneider to Winnebago, Illinois. The DA is dropping. It's negative 300 feet. The air's getting better and better, drivers, so tune accordingly. So Kiefer left. David right. So Kiefer Simpson. Hoping to maybe do a little better solid run. So here we go. Alrighty, so Kiefer left, David Rohrschneider right. So Mr. American Express on the left side, the GTR on the right side. And Kiefer knows he saw Haley pick the front end up. He says, okay, maybe I meant to just this, that, but we don't Kiefer staying. Kiefer's in. Kiefer kept the front end down much better. Kiefer Simpson. Problems for Rohrschneider. Kiefer Simpson, 689 at 197. Kiefer Simpson will, I believe that'll put him in the number 1 qualifying spot for now. And they're going to shut him off in the water box, and they're going to chase after David Rohrschneider.
There's no chasing Rohrschneider. Massive sparks flying out from under the car.
Man.
I don't know what happened, but it is probably going to be terminal and going to definitely have to replace some parts for sure.
Kiefer Simpson going to go to the number 1 spot, and man, I definitely feel for David Rohrschneider, but one of the nice guys you'll ever meet there. But man, that thing that looked bad.
So check the replay here. You see right, I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, it started to lock up because you can see that rear starting to slide out from under it. Fire's pretty normal to a degree with that machine, but the sparks are not. So they're going to go check that out. Hopefully they'll be able to get it looked at and fix it up.
Ouch, a broken rear end for David Rohrschneider. Ouch. So here we go. So Daniel Rodriguez on the left-hand side, Stacy Roby on the right side. So Rodriguez at 93 Honda Civic K-Series power. Stacy Roby, 03 Mustang at St. Mary's, Ohio. Hartz Turbo RPM transmissions. And I just talked to Samantha Moore, remember, who runnered up here a couple years ago to, I believe it was Darren Barone and his Blaze of Glory a couple years ago. And she said she'd hope to have her car back for 2026. So right now they're all chasing Kiefer Simpson.
With Danny Rodriguez, no slouch neither is Stacy Roby. That 03 Mustang on the right side, a little import versus domestic matchup. Next Gen Performance Center Street Fighter here, Q1.
I need Wild Street to 5 and 6, please. Wild Street 5 and 6. Wild Street 5 and 6.
Pre-stage beams on here for the Mustang and the Civic. Civic will stage first, Mustang stage second. Mustang gonna hit the tires, and the Civic. Both guys gonna get back in it. Civic making through the gears, flirt with the center line, and an 8.085 there for Stacy Roby, $187. Rodriguez was flirting with that center line. 832 the 3, only 127. Sounds like we're going to grab a quick piece of debris up towards the top of the racetrack before we send the next pair. As James Tall and Keith O will be your next pair. Both sit in the water box. Keith O going to light the hides first there in the Turbo T. And McFlurry, left side of the 90 Mustang into Bradenton. Let's see what this pair can do. GM versus Ford matchup with Keith O and James Tall. Ooh. Whoo. Keith O came flying back and almost rammed into the GTR. That was your almost oops moment. Thankfully, an almost oops is not an oops, so we're good with that. But definitely a heart-stopping moment there. As we're going to send Keith, though, as his crew guy has his foot in the beam. If you could get that out, that'd be great. Thanks.
The sun's going down, that's why it's very yellow/red over to
So James Tall there. And the Oreo sponsored machine. Both drivers in. Guys going to be down. Clean launches from both. Top of the racetrack, 7:17 for James Tall, wow. Buck 96 with a solid lap. Keith O, 7:51.8. And Buck 68. We'll see if James can maybe knock it into the sixes in tomorrow's qualifiers. Remember, all classes will have 2 qualifiers tomorrow. That's Saturday, correct. 1 qualifier. And a round of eliminations for the 32-car fields, 2 qualifiers for the 16-car fields.
And then, of course, everybody's in eliminations on Sunday.
Yep.
And we do it that way, and I believe we started doing that last year. We do it that way so we run all the finals at one time.
Well, and it helps also with timing. You know, you have all 16-car fields. You know, instead of us running at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., you know, we're getting done at an earlier time. These guys can start tearing down, do what they got to do, relax before they head out.
And,
you know,
and also some of the staff members here that come in whether just for this race or on a regular basis, they have their regular jobs to get to on Monday morning, and
some of us are traveling. You're one of them. You travel to get over here. You know, I've got a bit of a drive, but I'm not technically traveling.
Actually, well, mine's a little closer now that Kelly and I are in Cambridge, Maryland, so it's about an hour 20 minutes shorter now, but still.
Barry Primus here right side in that GTR. Joe Glockner in the Mustang Coyote-powered machine. Remember, Joe Glockner won in Wild Street last year, bumped himself up to the Street Fighter category. So curious to see how he's going to do. So right next to the GTR.
And on the brakes there left side, look at Barry Primus, and Glockner's pulling over, top end a 928.101. He was out of the throttle. Barry Primus, he is coming to a stop for Joe Glockner. As everybody's making a lot of extra power in this cooler weather, so make sure you are adjusting to that. Tune to the conditions.
Joe even got the hazards on as he's sitting off on the side there.
Yeah, I'm clear.
It's four-wheeler heading on down. We're coming for you, Joe.
With the DA dropping, you adjust to the horsepower, the extra horsepower. You make it look. Give you the quick weather stats right now, as the DA, according to Air Density Online, is negative 420 feet.
And dropping.
And it's dropping.
By the minute. I'm not joking when I say that either. It is dropping by the minute. Just a friendly reminder for everybody out there, no open fires. Fires cannot be open.
So no, remember, like Higgins said, no open fires out there. Be very mindful of that, especially with this wind, with no wind at the current time. Again, no open fires are permitted at Maryland International Raceway. And make sure you adjust accordingly with a DA like at negative 420 and dropping. A lot of these guys and gals are swinging for the fence with this extra horsepower they're making. They're not getting down the racetrack. So a lot of these guys and gals, this is the best air conditioning they've raced in all year. And Bartholomew and Martin Connolly.
Mark Carley did the sweep, taking the number one qualifying spot in the event win last year. Beating out Jacob Conant right to the finish line. Keeping on this BES powered Mustang.
Yeah, I mean, it looks all right.
As Chuck Bartholomew left side. And his 90 Mustang in a Salisbury.
So Chucky Bartholomew getting out of Salisbury, like over there on the eastern shore. And Martin Connolly, Salyerville, Kentucky. Connolly, I believe, a former winner here at MIR. Reigning winner, I should say. There we go. 110 short, 107 short, top of the racetrack. How about a 694, 194 for Chucky, 750, 150 for Martin Connolly. Bartholomew going to go number 2 behind Kiefer Simpson. So Kiefer Simpson holds on to the number 1 spot with 1 down and more to go. On the Killer Miller Spiller. They're spraying down the good stuff, and then we're going to drag it in a couple times. Again, thank you, Gavin, for coming up, help us out this weekend. Also, Thomas and Ralph from TVC help us out, along with our MIR and Miller Brothers production staffs, for putting this entire event together, being a part of this is the 29th annual Howtech World Cup Finals presented by Wiseco, import versus domestic. which I believe, and Higgins has to back me up here, I believe this race is now the third longest running in MIR history. Third longest behind, I believe, behind Supercharger and Jet Wars. If I'm doing the math on Superchargers and Jet Wars, Superchargers and Jet Wars have run longer.
I believe you're correct. Because Jet Wars is, one of them's 40 plus and the other one's in the 30s.
First time ever this race was 100% sold out before we sent one car down the racetrack yesterday. We did see some good numbers in testing yesterday, but a lot of guys were easing into it, trying to make it to Sunday. So coming up next is Granis Racing stick shift.
Every lap, every race, every bit of paint traded for every hard-fought place. Every checkered flag and trophy raised. Every ounce of dirt, sweat, and gears. They're all jammed inside every can of NOS Energy. Go ahead, open up a can.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet.
I had a sensor light up on my dashboard. $2,600.
But if you've got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again.
In my first year with Endurance, they covered a $14,000 engine replacement.
Right now, you can get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free, all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-855-460-1517 for a free quote.
So all these guys are manually transmitted. They're banging the gears going down the racetrack.
So Sean Madden, Josh Toski looking to try to join the 6-second zone.
Now, I'm going to say it one time, see if I can get it right while Jose and Kaketo are listening to it. I think it's Barico Akayo! There you go, it works.
It's Thursday evening.
Exactly, it's only Thursday. Sean Madden, Josh Tonsky. Here we go, Madden and Tonsky. We're going to go see if they can lay down some good, solid numbers. Banging the gears, going down the racetrack.
So Tonsky and Madden trying to join the 6-second zone here in the stick shift category. Tonsky right side there of the Mustang. Horsepower Solutions on board. Back to the Corvette out of Louisiana.
Tonsky hasn't moved up in the pre-stage yet. Here we go. He ran right into a full stage as Josh Tonsky. Waiting on Madden to stage. Madden's in. There they go. And remember, banging the gears going down the racetrack. Top bed, look at Sean Madden, a 679 at 215 miles an hour, 716 and 194 for Josh Tonsky. That'll good solid opening up lap in the stick shift.
679.1 is good for 6th quickest of all time in the H pattern category, Fabian.
Wow. And that just bumped John Rogers out of the top 10. That bumped Cletus down to number 7 on that list. Jonathan Miller out of Festus, Missouri, and Troy Klutz out of Trenton, South Carolina. 2014 Mustang on the left side, Caliber Transmissions. And Troy Klutz right side of Trenton, South Carolina. Tonsky, that was a solid 716 lap. So we got some heavy hitters back there, so 2 more domestics. Miller left, Klutz on the right. Banging through the gears down there, top end of the racetrack. Look at Troy Klutz, a 7:03.205 to a 7:67 and 188. That'll put Troy number 2 and Jonathan number 4. That's our next pair. Sean Robinson, right side out of Quebec, Canada, and Mark Leisure out of Afton, Minnesota. That 1992 Eagle Talent.
Sean Robinson with a good clean launch. There's a lot of speed there on the wheels for the Leisure Machine. And top end of 7:46.0, 195 for Sean Robinson. Not a leisurely pass there for Mark Leisure. And that Eagle Talent. So Sean Madden top of the board. Klutz, Tonsky, Robinson, Miller, Leisure. Right now for the 6 cars that have been down the racetrack. It's John Rogers and Ryan Peterson. We'll roll the water box. You can check the racetrack real quick. Well, John Rogers was on the top 10 list up until about 1 pair ago when Sean Madden bumped him out. Rogers a 6:88 for his quickest time now. That's good for the 11th on the all-time list. Rogers making the trip from Oxford, Ohio. 240SX Import Drag Solutions, Haltech, Precision Turbo, ASFAB, Turbo Smart, Tin Soldier Race Cars. All helping out. Coons Auto Group helping out the Ryan Peterson machine out of Wisconsin. The 07 Corvette Black Machine. Speedy Petey Racing. 427 under the hood. These two giants going to be steering with one hand, shifting with the other. Doing a lot of work. Almost like the drummers of drag racing, if you will, now. They're using both feet and all the hands.
John Rogers, I believe he just got bumped out of the top 10 for the quickest drivers all time on a stick shift car there. Love to get his spot back. Picked up the front wheel, set him down. He stuck with it. Sticking with it some more. Top end, a 745 at 192. And I got to believe if the front end didn't come up as high, if it kind of set down a little softer, I mean, that could have been something. But a 745 at 192 after that, a little bit of a wild wheel stand there for John Rogers.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had to pedal it to get that thing down. Is Nick Coleman, your quickest H-pattern machine. Only car in the 40s. As that pickup will show up here on the left side of the racetrack, you see in the replay here on flow, just might have actually hit the 60-foot on the rear tires. Held it once, kept a foot in it. Wheels up, 60-foot with the rear, slammed it down. Puffs of fire coming out of that right Corvette, too, out of the header pipe. As Nick Coleman, you see the vehicle there, left side. That all blacked out S10. A force to be reckoned with in the stick shift category. Brad Gary on the right side. Gary went to the right. Nick Coleman made a little move out there also. Top of the racetrack here for the pickup. 735, 3,218 on the mile per hour mark. A 964.4 for Brad Gary. Big mile an hour there for Coleman. That should scare a few of these guys.
Yeah, a very fast mile an hour. The ET only a 735. So Nick Coleman. So plenty more in that car. As our next pair will be, oh boy, Devin Schultz and Boosted Performance out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, and Al Reiki out of Merrill, Wisconsin, in the 99 Pontiac Trans Am.
So Devin Schultz was number 9 in number 10 right now for the quickest out there in the stick shift category. Been 215 miles an hour before, running at a 685. As we'll see if that Red Eagle Talon, how much more does it have in it. Now rank your right side here out of Wisconsin, the 99 Trans Am. Al looking for his first ever 6-second pass. Been 7/16 before. I'm sure he'd also love to have a 200 mile an hour time slip. It's Trans Am right side, Eagle Talon left side. We'll see what this pair can do. Q1 for Greatest Racing Stick Shift. On deck. Trans Am's in. Lights down, wheels up and down for that Trans Am. Top of the racetrack here for the pair. The Eagle Talon driving by a 7:19.4, 202 to an 8:66.2 and only 102 for Al. Devin Schultz right now going to the number 4 spot. Off the 12 course, they're taking a hit so far. Tell you what, man. Watch those wheels stand. That blue Trans Am here on the replay. Does a pretty good job setting it down, too.
Yes, sir. How about this match coming? How about Joel Granis and Vlad Yevtushenko? Joel Granis, Granis Racing, the first ever H-pattern car to go into 6s, did a 690 at Bradenton in the summer of 2020. And when he did that run, Higgs, the car shut off at 1,100 feet, and he still went a 690 with a 0.
Yeah, Grant is number 4 in the field right now for the quickest out there, going 663s. I'm sure he'd be happy to be able to get this thing down this racetrack. Yevtushenko's no slouch either, though. Oh, man. Yevtushenko's car still on fire. As we see Joel Grandis' driver's side door opening up. Grandis went straight into the door of Vlad Yevtushenko. So waiting to see and get word on the drivers. So once again, if you're not an MIR official, please stay where you're at.
Guy's out of his car nearest to me. Yeah, he's out. He's sitting on the wall.
And folks, once we get a report, that's on our live feed, that's Joel Grandis talking to one of our officials down there again. Once we get a report from our fire rescue crew on Joel Grandis and Vlad Yevtushenko, we'll pass along to you. Oh, but man, that was definitely wow. Doug, and once we get a report back from our officials on top end, we will pass along to you. Fire rescue crew, Higgins, right on top of it as they always are, and man, that was a scary one. But again, once we get hear back from our officials, they are always very good at getting us the info when appropriate. So we'll be back.
Now they got the pneumatic. They got the pneumatic whatever. You really are the jaws of life. trying to get his belt off. Everybody else in an RV parked on the other side. I can see him talking to him. I mean, I can hear from the picture. I can see him talking. Door is open.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I'm faster than you. I'm gnarlier than you. I get wilder. I get more sideways. I'm louder. You sure about that, bro?
For what you got.
Finding peace of mind can be easier together. So when you're ready for Medicare, Blue Cross can guide the way. Our Blue Advantage PPO plans include a $0 in-network primary care copay, $0 premium options, $0 preferred generic drug copay options, and more. We also have a new PPO plan for those with certain heart conditions or diabetes, plus local support from the only Blue plan in Tennessee. Visit us online or call us at 1-844-940.
All right, folks, you folks watching on flowracing.com, here comes the replay. Here's our down track camera. The car just turned right, and then that's the fuel tank, I believe, rupturing, and they see our fire truck right there. No sooner than Joel Grant has turned to the right.
Man, I don't know who's going by in that golf cart, but
I'm sure
I'm hoping they still got their eyebrows.
Wow.
Tell you what, that is not... that's not a campfire. That is a fuel fire, and those things burn hot.
So again, folks, I'm Fabian Brown. It's Chris Higgins of Higgins. First thing, great job by the MIR fire rescue crew. No sooner, like I said, that Joel Grant has turned to the right, they were headed down to those cars, and unfortunate that happened. But again, we are done racing for the night in Higgins. There's several factors that play into that. One of them is this is going to take some time to clean up, but another, correct me if I'm wrong, is it is going to take a little bit of time to get the fire trucks and all of our emergency equipment back in service, ready to go.
Well, and not just that, but the temperature is dropping. The track temp is plummeting right now. There's no sun to help us out. We're looking at least of an hour-long cleanup, between the fire suppression that had to get put down, trying to get everything back up and running the way that we need to. We're not in a situation right now that's favorable. So we're kind of going to take an extra step, play it safe. We're looking 7 o'clock before we're able to get back on track. Losing all this temperature, it's just we're not too keen on the conditions that are in. So for those of you guys that are in the stage lanes, you guys are welcome to go and start heading on back. Again, if you're back in staging, you're good to head on back. We will kick things off tomorrow with the continuation of Q1 of Greatest Racing Stick Shift tomorrow morning. So for those of you guys that are still here on the track or tuning in on Flow Racing, we are officially going to be done for the night. Again, both drivers are out of the cars. Both drivers are okay. We have confirmation on all of that. We have a very extensive long cleanup. We're losing track temp, so we're just kind of playing it safe here. We will continue tomorrow at 10 a.m. For those of you guys that are here at Maryland National Raceway for the 29th Annual Haltech World Cup Finals, presented by Wiseco. For those of you guys tuning in at home on Flow Racing, again, we'll be back on the way with Q1 of Stick Shift tomorrow morning. And again, this is just kind of a precautionary thing with losing the track temp, trying to get stuff back in service. We're looking, again, over an hour. And with this being a very, very cold night, we just kind of would rather play it safe on this one. So for those of you guys that are heading back to the hotels, see you guys later. For those of you guys heading to the trailers, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have your cars ready to go. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. For those of you guys heading back home tonight, please get home safe. For those of you guys tuning in on Flow Racing, enjoy the rest of your night. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're going to be on track. Get here early if you're driving in because traffic's going to be fun. See you guys tomorrow. Good night.
This is something bigger than me. I'm the best, I mean it literally.
I can do better.
I'm faster than you. I'm gnarlier than you. I get wilder. I get more sideways. I'm louder. You sure about that, bro?
So what you got?
There's a moment behind the wheel of what I've built. When I hit that zero moment. Zero doubts, zero fear, zero competition. And there's enough zero sugar to get me there.
With Google Workspace, you can craft on-brand professional-looking emails right in Gmail. Customizable templates let you effortlessly adjust color schemes, logos, and more. No coding necessary. That's email marketing made easy with
Finding peace of mind can be easier together. So when you're ready for Medicare, Blue Cross can guide the way. Our Blue Advantage PPO plans include a $0 in-network primary care copay, $0 premium options, $0 preferred generic drug copay options, and more. We also have a new PPO plan for those with certain heart conditions or diabetes, plus local support from the only Blue plan in Tennessee. Visit us online or call us at 1-844-940-0279.
With Robinhood, trade and invest all in one place. Take advantage of an expert-managed portfolio. Trade crypto and equities. Plus, experience intuitive options trading. Your ambition just met its match.
Finding peace of mind can be easier together.